What you're looking at is a car or SUV, relax, that saved Porsche. But that was 20 years ago when the car industry was just exiting the analog era and barely stepping into the digital age. And here we are with their latest offering. But what does it mean for an automotive brand that is on top of their game and doesn't need your saving? Well, it means probably gonna do the one thing that's left to do, blow your mind. With the most powerful production Porsche to date, the all-new Porsche Cayenne Electric. This here is the Cayenne Electric Turbo, but there are two options that they're rolling out with. So before we get to all of the glory of this bad boy, we're gonna take a look at the Cayenne base. And for Porsche, base doesn't mean basic. You're not met with a slouch by any means. When you come over to the Cayenne base, you're still met with 402 horsepower. You're hitting 60 in under 5 seconds, and you're still getting over 350 miles of range. This wasn't even possible 5-10 years ago. And this is here in their standard form. Now, once we take a look inside, it's premium.
Wait, we can't just jump inside without talking about the exterior.
Now, when you come to the front of the Porsche, there's still a lot of their DNA here. What most of us have come to love, which is the barrel light design, right? When you're behind that wheel, it looks like you're looking out a tube. They call them tunnel lights, barrel lights, whatever you're choosing. Here, it's molded a little bit more beautifully into the front. It's not as apparent, but it still has that same shape. And then underneath it are these beautiful, beautiful DRLs. Look at this. These are their HD Matrix headlights. In love with it. And then just like follow these lines. It's given shark, right? Y'all see it, right? This is like a stingray. Is that the one? I don't know my fish. I just spent time in an aquarium and I still don't know. And what I appreciate is that a lot of EVs want to stick to EV styling, which just means, hey, it was drawn by a third grader. It's absolutely repulsive. This didn't happen today with the Cayenne Electric. However, you are still seeing some nods to electric space here, but it's done in a beautiful way, right? It doesn't look like tacky, cheap rubber that was just plastered on the edge. This is actually painted and it's reflecting some of this beautifully. And you still have 22-inch wheels. The crazy thing about this is a 315 on the back of here. Now, I don't know if you're too familiar with tires, but go ask some of your friends with Z06s, with Dodge Vipers, with 911s, with sticky, meaty tires on the back, and ask them how wide their tires are. You're gonna be pretty surprised. So this thing, even though it is the entry option here, it is still going to stick to that asphalt. And this, again, is another example of what makes Porsche so great. Now, you've seen a couple of the automakers attempt this taillight design before, whether it be Jeep or Honda, but it didn't quite hit the way this does. And the reason being is that a lot of this language was already communicated in the 992. I absolutely love this and how the logo is displayed there in lighting rather than a badge. That is brilliant. And the great thing about the Cayenne line, again, as you're noticing with the rollout of the electric variant, is that you have options. You have some duality. So here you can choose when it comes to charging if you want to look over at the DC port or right here. So the DC has up to 200 with up to 400 kilowatts available over on this side.
We'll get to the charging details a little later.
And when you hop in, you're met again with the thing that makes Porsche so great, their design language. I've said time and time again, it doesn't matter what Porsche I'm behind the wheel of, this steering wheel is the best in the industry, and it still gets better. I appreciate that they didn't take any compromise when it came to designing their SUV. Still very driver focused. Obviously, I'm going to be staring here at the road, but when my eyes go a little bit lower, I'm met with a curved display. This is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It feels like it is engaging me as a driver. And Porsche didn't stop there. They also gave us another curved display right here. And a great thing too is that Porsche is driver-oriented first, right? These materials are premium, they are luxury, but the DNA, the identity behind them is about a driver's car. And so when you're driving, you want to keep your attention on the wheel. And what happens sometimes is when we're going over doing this and that, we're moving all over the place. Well, they've made it a bit easier so that I can keep my hand on the wheel. I can just move right on over here to the ferry pad and kind of tap away at the screen. And of course, can't reach all the way over here, but I don't need to. You know why? That is not my screen. That is going to be for the passenger, where they can, watch whatever apps they might want. I don't really want to say what they're going to be just yet, right? For licensing reasons, haha. When my attention is taken off of the screens, what I am seeing is beautiful, beautiful material. Look at the negative space here. I love this. So if you see here, I can pull this, slide it back a bit, open that up, and now I have storage. I can put a couple big cup holders down here. I drink about a gallon a day, so I can have a couple of those half gallons down here, or close this on up and keep it looking sexy. And notice how it flows back here. And then, if it is a beautiful day, because I do live in California, I could actually open this up. Look at all this light I just let in. Beautiful, beautiful. What I like here is it feels industrial, but then it also feels luxury. You kind of have like the exposed screws, rivets, if you will. And look at the negative space in there. This is brilliant. I appreciate the vertical vents. If I was just to be sitting in this cockpit, I feel like a big Star Wars nerd. It does have this kind of spaceship feel to it, which I really, really appreciate. What I'm seeing in this one specifically is that we have a combination of colors in here. This appears to be a rose gold finish. We now have dedicated headrests. If you're looking in the seat as well, there's no more detachable headrest. And so this actually, with this design, from our understanding, allows for, one, the driver to sit a bit lower inside of the car so that you don't have that typical SUV feel where you're floating up above everything else, right? Like we're not in a 1987 F-150. So it allows you to feel a bit lower in it, kind of like what you've gotten accustomed to with sports cars, whether you're looking at a Corvette, whether you're looking at a 911, a Z, a Supra, it doesn't matter. They all kind of have that feel. And that also gives you a little bit more headspace as well, because the brilliant thing is, while we came down on the height of the SUV compared to the combustion engine, we gained a bit more headspace. And if you notice here, the ambient lighting is just the right touch. You're noticing it across the dash and then here in the doors as well. I think it's brilliant how they've done it here. Of course, you can go in and change your color there, but the important thing is that it's not gaudy like some of the other brands that we know, where I feel like I'm in a strip club instead of a luxury car. And yes, in today's day and age, we are going screen crazy. More screens, more screens, more screens. But Porsche did find a happy medium, because we do miss that analog feel, that haptic feel, and they gave that to us both in the climate controls as well as adjusting the volume here. This has a great feel to it. If you're somebody like me that has ADHD, you'll probably be playing with this the whole time. Sounding like an intermediate DJ to everybody. Had to put my glasses on here like a senior citizen for a second. This is pretty cool. So over here in the passenger seat, you'll see that they can also focus in on their portion of the navigation screens, which is great because, it might be your dad or your mom in the car that want to pretend like they know the best way to get places. And some people just like honing in on the map, so let them have their fun there. And once we move to the back, again, we're met with so much more beauty. I love the color combination that they chose here. But specifically, it's a small thing, might not be important to you, but we do have more of that haptic feel here with the digital screen for the climate control. I think that is a nice finish, and it looks really good back here. It could typically get pretty minivan-ish when you come to the back of this section here, but they did a great job. And then you have two USB-C ports here, And then as we make our way further back, we get to open up the back here. That's one of the quickest, electronic tailgates that I've seen in a while. I guess, Porsche really is all about speed. A cool thing here, when we come back, one, you have tons of cargo space back here, especially when you look at the design of the vehicle. It might suggest that that's not the case. But again, when you have the sloping back seats, kind of that coupe-like feel, it allows you to grab just a little bit more because, again, you're turning it into a triangle. You're kind of pushing it back, if you will, and getting a little extra space. But when we come over here, you can decide how you want the seats to go, if you want to drop those down as well. Let's say I'm feeling defeated after the gym and this bag of dog food is too heavy here. I can barely lift it up. Well, I could change the ride height right here, bring it down just a little bit so I can flop it over. Or, if I'm one of Martin Scorsese's friends, it's a little bit easier to get that down over in there. And we're all done here. We can close up shop because we're about to go to my favorite option in the lineup, only two, the Turbo. If you know anything about Porsche or Cayennes, you know what the Turbo means. And this is just them taking what they did so greatly with the Cayenne Electric and turning the knob, just turning the dial a little bit more. You're going to see a lot of it presented cosmetically and also under the hood.
Just kidding, there is no hood. It's electric.
There are always two important aerodynamic features to think about and consider when you're building a performance electric vehicle. One is how to remain economical, and the other is to help with drag, to be faster, right? So what I want to call out right now is what you're going to see immediately. Looking here at the air curtains, for example. This is to allow more airflow to come into here, cool off the brakes.
And notice the shark fin grille that we saw on the 992 that opens and closes while driving.
And so when you come looking at the active aero, it has a couple roles that it plays. One, it can be helping with drag,
which is a remarkable 0.25, and the rest we'll talk about in a sec.
Already you'll notice it looks a little bit more aggressive than the other model. One being these wheels. They aren't quite concave, but they do come in a bit, and the extra spokes, it just has an aggressive look. And the width on these are 325s. That was supported by coming about 20 millimeters wider in the rear here. And then my favorite thing to see on the back of a Porsche, Turbo. And if you notice back here, this is unique to the Turbo. This is another example of them taking aerodynamics a little bit further. This is to help with the drag by creating a flat plane here. And you probably noticed up at the top that this extended as well.
With the button press, that active aero automatically reduces drag, adds downforce, and air brakes. Now, why does it need an air brake? Because this thing has 1,139 horsepower and 1,106 pound-feet of torque, reaching 60 in 2.4 seconds and the quarter mile in 9.9. Now, at some point, you do need to slow down all of that, and when you do, the Porsche Cayenne delivers with Formula E levels of recovery, 600 kilowatts or 800 horsepower, as we'd understand it, coming back to you. And the power doesn't just stop there. No. 400 kilowatt DC charging brings the battery from 10 to 80% in 16 minutes. What about how hot that might get? Well, this Cayenne Electric has a cooling power of 100 refrigerators. So let's see it in action.
Put my glasses on and nerd out for a second, because we're going to get into some tech. So as you're seeing right now, we're rolling up to the charging pad. Couple cool things you'll notice here.
As you're pulling up to the optional in-home charging pad, you're going to have an indicator letting you know when you're close. And when you're all lined up, boom, it turns green.
Based on your driving mode, it's going to adjust the height. So if you're in one of the sportier settings, it's going to bring it back up. If you were in one of the off-road lifted heights, it's going to bring it down. Also, if it recognizes that, because, whenever I go over to Johnny's house, he has his dog coming around. If she's trying to get underneath the car, it's going to lower it so that no animals can get under there and create some sort of hazard. So I mean, everybody's trying to find a reason to have something against electric cars and say they're unsafe for this, that, or another. This is another box that Porsche checked off.
Hey Porsche, make the panoramic roof clear.
Panoramic roof completely transparent.
You'll notice the finish is a bit different in here. It's pretty monochromatic, which I tend to like when I'm dressing, but I was drawn to other interiors. That doesn't really matter because this is one of the most customizable vehicles you're gonna see. There's so many options for changing the interiors. But the thing that I did overlook, because there's so much in this car, was the gear lever. How cool is this? This is reminiscent of the 918. Look at that. When we want to talk about heritage, we still have the analog clock up there. The Cayenne Electric is Porsche's new Swiss Army knife. It does all the things. It can go off-roading. It can tow about 7,700 pounds, which is probably two 911s if you want. So, hey, you get a couple flat tires, a couple of your buddies, a bad day in the crust. It's allowing you to save the planet. It's allowing you to terrorize BMWs. It's allowing you to drive your family around. It's allowing you to look damn good and look damn good. What more do you want from a vehicle? I'll tell you what I want. To drive it. Because I could really see myself inside the new Cayenne Electric.